Hello agents and welcome to another Division 2 video. On the request of one of my subscribers, I'm going to show you the build I'm using in the Title Update 8. It's a DPS LMG assault rifle build. Yes, you can use all three of those types of weapons with equal success, but the meta right now it's LMG, and the rifles are doing very well because of the main structure of this build. I'm going to show you in this video what I'm talking about, even though this build is all over the internet on the YouTube. By any means, this is not the build I invented by myself. As I said in my Neptune video, I was following and watching the streams of this Solid FPS. He's the numbers guy, he's amazing, and he first, I think, came up with this build. Basically everything goes into the damage, so I'm not gonna talk about the numbers in this video, I'm just gonna show you the build. So with that out of the way, guys, let's start. Gunner is a specialization because of the many things Gunner do well. Great med kit, rate of fire. Basically it's perfect for this type of build. 15% armor on kill. I'm not gonna go into the details about the Gunner. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. Let's start with the main structure of this build. I have a 3-piece Providence, and as you can see, you're gonna get 10% headshot damage, critical hit chance, and 15% critical hit damage. So basically this is the strongest gear set in the game for a DPS builds, and on top of that you want all other attributes to be red. So I'm having weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and the mod also is a crit damage. Basically you want to stack up on crit chance and crit damage with this build, and with that you are going to have insane damage. So let's start with the mask. Provident mask, as you can see, everything is red. No point in explaining what these things are doing, you all basically know what these things are doing. Providence, important thing is that you have this glass cannon. Talent, all damage you deal is amplified by 25%, all damage you take is amplified by 50%. Only downside of this build is that you are really squishy, but by using a cover you are going to avoid a lot of damage, and this is the only way you can play this build. If you play solo, I'm talking about heroic level. You probably see my last two videos. The second one was a heroic mission. And that's basically it, guys. That's the vest. Okay, let's go to the holster. This is the Češka Vajroba. Okay, he's going to give you 10% critical hit chance, and everything else is red. Weapon damage, crit damage, and crit chance. The backpack, again Providence. It's a great one. I get it recently. Police SW backpack. It has weapon damage, hazard protection, which is not bad because you are going to run into some crazy skill damage coming from the enemies, burning grenades and stuff, fire. So hazard protection, it's not that bad to have here. I re-rolled the talent on this, and I'm going to tell you why. I left it as it is, like 4.8 crit chance, 13.1 weapon damage, and I roll composure. This is the talent which is, while in cover, increased total weapon damage by 15%. Like a best option to go here is a vigilance, which is going to give you 25% of the damage, but if you are not taking any damage. So basically I didn't go with this one because this is the only talent from the backpack which I don't have in my library. You wouldn't believe, but I cannot get this talent in any way. I was trying to craft, watching vendors, I simply cannot get the vigilance. Never mind, composure is the second best in my opinion, because you are using cover a lot if you're playing harder content in this game. So you're going to get 15% on top of everything, 50% damage on top of everything, and that's a great talent to use with the style of playing that I'm doing in this patch. So that's about the backpack. Gloves. These are the named gloves, Contractor Gloves. I'm going to insert a small video, small clip. It's a better defense, so it means you're going to get like 10% LMG damage only by wearing these gloves. The core attribute is a weapon damage, which I re-rolled, which I recalibrate, and they all come with 11% damage to armor attribute. As I said, I'm not gonna go into numbers. This is like multiplicative, whatever that means. It just multiply with all other damage you are having on your build. So another attribute is crit damage. You need to spec into crit chance and crit damage carefully because the hard cap for the crit chance is 60% and hard cap for the critical hit damage is 150%. We will come to that later when I'm going to show you my weapons. So basically these are the best in slot gloves for DPS builds, and you just have to farm for these gloves. If you saw the little clip, so everything should be clear about the gloves. Okay, so the Kneepads. These are also named Kneepads. Fog sprayer. I'm going to include a small clip right now where you will see how to get those. They are Overlord, which means 10% rifle damage. I rolled 15% weapon damage from my library, and they all come with the 15% damage to target out of cover. This is the same damage we are having on the LMG, also multiplicative, and they are not perfect. The other attribute I'm having is 6.9% explosive resistance. I really want this to be damage talent like crit damage or crit chance or headshot damage, but this is also useful sometimes when they spamming you with nades, but it's not going to help you greatly. As this game is structured right now, armor means very little in the game, so you don't have to be afraid if you're having lower armor with this build, because damage you are outputting is insane. Let's continue, guys. Skills. I'm using drone and the fixer one, which is going to heal you. You are going to get crazy damage from enemies and you really need some source of healing, so I find out that the fixer drone is the best. It's easier to use than the other skill for healing, than the cam launcher, and my drone, it's okay. It's not going to like save you from anything, but it's great to replenish your your armor, not using your medkits all the time, because you have only 4 in this patch. So let's see the mods. I modded like 6.3 duration, don't have better one in this slot, health and armor repair. So that's how I modded this one. And another one is of course revive hive. Okay, so basically it's a must. It's a must when you are playing. Without this, if you die, it's over. With the hive you have another chance to finish the missions, and really save your lives a lot of times. So basically that's it. Let's just quickly go through the mods, duration. I don't know. These mods are not helping very much. Healing and repair charges, whatever, if it's working anyway. So that's it. Okay, let's go to the bread and butter of this build. Here is the LMG. You can craft one. It's MG5, but this one was a drop, so I get it with 15% LMG damage to target out of cover and hell damage, and I roll the fast hands. You all know that LMGs are having very slow reload, and fast hands is probably the best talent to go here. You can also go with the strained. I was playing with the strain when I play double LMG, then I'm using this one, and strain it's giving you 10% critical hit damage for every 0.5 seconds you are firing. It stacks up to 5 times. Basically you can get up to 50% of critical hit damage. So you can easily go with the strain if you have enough critical hit chance on your build. Another rifle I was talking about, it's a named item, Baker's Dozen. I really don't remember where it dropped for me, but you can get it in a light zone, that's for sure, and you just have to go to the targeted loot system for the rifles and just grind the rifles, and eventually it's gonna drop for you. This is crazy one, it's doing nasty damage. I just finished another heroic mission and the video will be up soon where I'm using this combo with LMG and Baker's Dozen, and as you can see it's 15% rifle damage. I rolled critical hit damage on this one and it got 5% rate of fire, and it's coming with a perfect lucky shot. That's the talent which is coming together with this rifle. Magazine capacity increased by 30%, miss shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. But basically this rifle shreds. I don't know why guys, but it's crazy damage. Like the red bars are like non-existent. They're 2-3 hits and they're down. Almost the same as with elite enemies. It's a OP rifle for PvE really, and it functioned very good in the PvP also. I was watching one of the videos and it shreds. This gun shreds. It's a must gun to have, not only for this build, but you really wanna grind for this one. So that's it. If you want me to go through the mods, let's go quickly through the mods. I roll crit chance on everything on my LMG, and of course 50 rounds coming from the gunner specialization. This rifle rounds, 5+ rounds, again crit chance everywhere, doesn't have another one. Let's quickly go to my stats. Weapon talents, fast hands, perfectly lucky shot, perfect salvage. This is coming from my pistol, which is not important for the build. You can see that my LMG got almost 100,000 damage and 51% critical hit chance, which is really enough. It's doing crazy damage. You can get up to 60 if you're having critical hit chance rolled on your weapon. I'm not talking about the mods on the weapon, I'm talking about the attributes on your weapon, but I don't have it on this one. 110% critical hit damage. If you're using LMG with strain, this will go all the way up to 150%. 101 headshot damage, armor damage, health damage. Basically these are the most important stats for this build, so you can check out everything else. I'll just scroll a little bit down, and this is the build, the only build you need for this update, Title Update 8. You don't have to break your head with other types of builds. If you're not used to play with a DPS, a viable option might be a true Patriot tank build, but I don't really like that way of playing where you need like 1 minute to kill the heavy. Even more like hiding behind the shield or tanking a lot of damage and not be able to put the enemy quickly down. These are the other talents here. Armor on kill, it's really nice one. It's coming from the gunner specialization, and that's it, guys. Basically, that's it. Now let's go quickly on how you can make this build viable for assault rifles. One of my subscribers asked me. Uh, in this case, you only need to switch your mask and go with the Fenris, and that's it. And that's really it, guys. You're going to eventually lose critical hit damage, but you're going to get 10% assault rifle damage, and that's it. This build will do also very nice with the assault rifles if you choose to go with the ARs. I didn't try striker, I have all the pieces, but it's not better than this build, believe me, guys. So I will eventually put up a striker together, and that's it. This is the pistol. I'm just using this named one, perfect salvage, and that's basically it. If I'm forgetting something, I don't know how to level this. I decided to go with weapon damage, total armor. I'm using skill damage, reload speed here, and here I decided to go with skill damage because I want to make a nice skill build, but I didn't do anything so far. Maybe here will be better to go with the skill haste, I don't know. Eventually we will fill up all these stats, so, but they are not game breaking, like that's for sure. I mean, that's it, guys. If you liked the video, drop a like. If you have any questions, please post it in the comment section below this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next.